It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports.
And the wait is over for this rivalry game. It's the Saints and the Falcons.
And it's all up next.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today, our new season begins with an NFC South matchup between the New Orleans Saints and the Atlanta Falcons. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin here to welcome you to another NFL season. Always an exciting time, CD. And I tell you what, new is the opportune word here for these two division rivals, Atlanta and New Orleans. A couple of faces who have helped define this rivalry behind center, they're now gone. This is going to be an interesting one to watch.
And let's face it, it's a rivalry that always will blaze white hot. But it's definitely different now. Drew Brees gone 1 year from the Saints. Matt Ryan gone the next year from the Falcons, although he's still playing in Indianapolis. This is two teams in flux a little bit, trying to find their footing, although New Orleans still remains confident they can get back to the Super Bowl. Atlanta building for the future.
Just about time to rock as Toe gets ready to meet leather. And we are underway here on EA Sports. Fields it right around the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
I tell you what, when he's on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
Buying time, and he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Didn't have the greatest field position to start, did they? And now after this sack, it's way, way worse.
And right off the bat, first play of the game. So an early wake-up call there leads to a quick 2nd and long. Back to throw. Henderson. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. Well, just the last thing you want to see here in the first quarter of a new season. Hopefully nothing serious. We'll step aside for a moment. Well, certainly not the start they were looking for here as they come up on a 3rd and 14. Looking to throw. Henderson. Complete. Smith has it. A gain of 4, not enough, and it looks like punt time on their opening drive as it's 4th down. We're able to get the completion, unfortunately not able to get the 3rd down conversion there.
I like how the defense approached that one. They knew where the first down marker was, and they decide whatever you want to have, you can. You're just not going to get the first down. Excellent tackling right there.
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And for this young rookie making his first NFL start, a moment he's been waiting for since draft day.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yards with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100-plus the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. Well, fingers crossed here. First quarter of a new season, already an injury. And while they attend to him, we'll step aside. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Young to throw it. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. Solid move, but he's corralled just beyond the 40.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Young will set to throw. And he fires one incomplete. So the failure to connect on 2nd down. That leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down.
Blake Gillikin on to punt here as he'll send this one away. Cordero Patterson deep for Atlanta.
Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. Excellent placement. And off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determined that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. So, what do they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how do they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
Oh, that's you, partner. They run on first down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
On 2nd down, a run with Patterson.
And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
On 3rd down, Henderson. As he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. A big kick that time, 52 yards.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their 2nd drive.
And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
On 3rd and 1, here's Young.
Got an open man, it's Olave. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake at the line of scrimmage, got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride, and he was able to run free after the catch.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Kamara up the middle. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Looking to throw, Young. Throwing right, and that's complete. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 20-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
A first red zone opportunity of the new year here as they come up now 1st and 10.
On the counter, here's Kamara. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Less than a minute to go here in a scoreless first quarter to this point.
Second down, and it's Kamara again.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
On second and goal, Young. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down. Young with it, third and goal. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. We're scoreless after 1. The Saints with a football here to begin quarter number 2. The kick by Lutz is good. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. We'll remind you that coming up tonight, the first Sunday nighter of the new season. And how about this for a matchup? The Buccaneers and the Cowboys from Dallas, 8:20 Eastern. Then tomorrow, Monday night, just one game here in Week 1 this year. And it'll put the Broncos and Seahawks as Russell Wilson makes his Bronco debut. And, of course, where is it? Seattle. Coincidence? We'll let you decide.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on second down. Henderson. And complete to Drake London. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 43. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Throwing on first down. Henderson. That's Cordero Patterson hauling it in. He'll get it inside the 20. Touchdown, Falcons!
Well, forget about the weapons out wide. He knows he's got another weapon in the backfield of the passing game, Charles, and he utilized him perfectly on that play.
And the offense coordinator showed me something on that play, Brandon, because so often during a game, our cameras find them looking down at their play sheets, and you wonder if they're absorbing anything. He had something specific in mind, and he went to it, and it worked well.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Taken in at the 3. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The New Orleans offense set to take over.
Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, That's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. On second down, Kamara. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Only 5 on this play to move the sticks. Young to throw it. That's caught. It's Bryan Edwards. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down. A nice completion there for the first down. And, Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week 1. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game has his team right at the brink of the playoffs. And Deshaun Watson has won division titles after having started from day 1.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Well, another completion there, and what a big moment in a young quarterback's life, that first NFL start. And Charles, obviously they wanted to win games, but if they're looking at him under a microscope in this first month or so, what do you think they're hoping to see from him?
Well, for every question they'll have for him, they should have for themselves as a coaching staff, because it's not just how quickly can he learn the offense, it's what they can teach him, right? How can he build a relationship with his receivers? And, of course, how open is he to learning? And, of course, how open are they to giving him things that he can put in place on the field? That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline.
Not sure what happened there, but he just didn't get the right read on the coverage that time. Pass wasn't where it needed to be, and that'll send them back to the drawing board.
Young on 3rd down. He completes it to Olave. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A 10th carry for Kamara. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They run it again with Kamara. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it.
This drive is turning into an extended run, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Olave over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. And just one man in the backfield here. That's Kamara, 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him again. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Saints have retaken the lead. But just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Will Lutz on for the point after. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And the capper came from Alvin Kamara on the touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, and they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive, so we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Operating from the gun, Henderson. Going down the middle, and it's complete.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
That one good for 26 and a first down. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes, just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. They'll look to throw again. Looking good on this drive as they get the first down.
Well, there wasn't much of a window there, Charles. Had to deal with a couple of defenders, but able to find his big tight end.
And, partner, we know double coverage is a challenge for any player to try to defeat. But maybe it's a little easier if you're one of those big tight ends because you have a size advantage on just about anyone trying to cover you, and you usually create some space.
Back to throw again. Got a man. It's Patterson, complete. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it'll be second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Moore. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So it's first and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Again, he'll drop to throw.
And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
They'll try again here from the 7 on second and goal. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Cordero Patterson. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Falcons will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Koo able to connect on the extra point. And the lead is now 14-10. So that was an 8-play drive that spans 75 yards. And the Falcons score to cap it off.
Taken in at the 3. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
The Saints offense going to head out now late in this first half. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room. Out of the gun, it's Young. He gets this one to Johnson. The Saints in the hurry up here. Clock continuing to roll.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 28-yard line.
Final play of the half, Young. And a quick throw here, that's complete. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We begin week 1 up in our nation's capital, or just outside it to be more accurate, Jacksonville in town to take on Washington. And it's the Jaguars who are out in front. Christian Kirk, 2 touchdown catches on the afternoon.
It looks like we'll have to wait another week to get our first halftime report of the season as we move right along to the second half. All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own. The ball is out. Kamara fumbled it, and his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. So the opposite of what they envisioned when they left that locker room, a turnover on the opening drive of this third quarter.
I like your identification there because that's exactly what they discussed in the locker room before they came out on the field. Let's get the ball, let's go down and score, put some points on the board and feel good about it. Not an insurmountable lead, but definitely not how they saw it at halftime.
So we get set to start this third quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now. And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead.
And they'll work this down inside the 30. To throw on second down, Henderson. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. First and 10, it's Patterson. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Sets them up nicely. First and goal. It was a pickup of 14.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Back to throw. Henderson. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown as his guys are able to extend their lead. So we just witnessed touchdown number 1 for the Rook, and certainly that's a football he's going to want for the trophy case.
Yeah, this is one that you don't spike, right? This is one you don't throw to your teammate, let them celebrate. This is one you keep for yourself, take it over to the equipment staff and have them mark it up, put it away, and then you get it later on, and as you said, mount it in your trophy case. Fantastic. Hopefully the first of many.
Extra point by Cool, up and good. And that makes it a 21-10 game. Ball Scoring the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
But that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Young looks to throw on first down. This one taken in by Olave. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. From the shotgun, it's Young. He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
My goodness, they've come out locked in on this drive. Play calling, execution, they are fully in sync. 3 straight passes, 3 first down. They're moving the ball downfield almost at will. This defense really struggling to find answers.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And down right around the 32-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. To throw on 2nd and 6. Young. Being chased out left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. It's Young off play action. Throw left side complete. That's Edwards. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be 4th down.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
The kick by Lutz is good, and that'll make this an 8-point game. So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the 3rd quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send the message that says, hey, we're not going away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. So out come the Falcons now. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
It's a gain of 35.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
Now left side on the swing pass. No gain on the screen there at 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. 2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line.
This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they've run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
Throw out right, taken in by Patterson. And they do get this across midfield to the 49, but a small consolation prize as he's well short of the first. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down, they just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me, tackle it.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. Just, I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Young. Back to Kamara for another catch. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 1st down, Young. Complete. It's Johnson. And down right around the 32-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. It'll be Young again. Again, it's Johnson. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. 2 first downs have them up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. Here's Kamara off the draw. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense is pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame whooping has turned into results.
So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Again, it's Kamara. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. The Saints on 3rd down. 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This will be 3rd and 5. That's into the hands of Edwards. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A great pickup there, 35 yards, and obviously the 1st down to go along with it.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Back to the ground, it's Kamara. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. On 3rd and 1, here's Young. And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a 1st down. Instead, it's 4th.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he picks up the 1st as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down.
try to pound it in. Kamara. 62 yards rushing for him now to this point. 2nd and goal from the 1. Again, Kamara. Pushing for the end zone, but he's not going to get there. They stop him just shy of the goal line. Young with it. 3rd and goal. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Juwan Johnson. A 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Saints have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. So part 1 of what they needed is done. They get in the end zone. Now you have to imagine we'll see a try for 2.
And that's what the book says, but defensively, they can't hang their head right here. They've still got a chance to come out with the lead if they make a play.
They'll try and run it in. And he will get into the end zone for 2. And this game now tied here in the 4th. Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted the tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done, get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. Taking it about the 1. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Falcons ready to take over. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. Beginning on the ground with Patterson. And he's got room. And he'll be dropped just shy of the 35 at the 34. A pickup of 17 on a play that originated at the 17.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns. But guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. On 1st down, going back to Patterson. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Henderson. That's brought in downfield by London. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. And they made no bones about it. They wanted to throw this rookie right into the fire, see what he could do. He shows what he can do there.
And you have to really put the time and effort in because playing a receiver in the NFL is a difficult task. And for a rookie, all that you have to learn to get on the same page with your quarterback, that's excellent coaching, and how about how he's picked things up?
Picking things up in a big way with a big play in his NFL debut. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Looking to throw. Henderson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Cordero Patterson with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Falcons answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. So, Charles, this game feels like it has been punch, counter-punch all throughout, and that touchdown breaks our tie here in the 4th quarter.
You're making me want to get back in the gym and start training again. You talk about those punches and counter-punches. I also think this is where you and I start thinking to ourselves, who's going to make the play to change that, right? Who's going to get out of this little cycle that we're in right now and make a play and give their team a firm advantage?
Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. First and 10, Young. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. To throw again on second down. Young. Johnson's got it complete. A 6-yard pass on back-to-back plays. Picks up the first. So a nice throw there. And, CD, I have to think you've been impressed with what you've seen thus far here in his debut.
Now, you know me well. I have been impressed because what I've seen is him starting to understand how to play the game in a short amount of time. The dazzling plays, they'll come with experience. But right now, we're seeing him handle the game, make all the smart plays, and the right reads.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Clock running, about to hit 90 seconds to go in the game. It's complete. Kamara. And he'll be out right at the 35. He'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Young to throw. Here's Johnson with a reception. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 43. Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. Boy, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. He's got a man complete. Touchdown, Saints. A big play there. 43 yards. And the Saints are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. And what a throw that was, Charles. You think about the situation, close game, 4th quarter, rookie quarterback. He doesn't seem phased one bit.
So much for bright lights, big city, and will he wilt? Not at all. The stage not too big, the moment not too big at all. They needed points on that series, and not only did he produce a touchdown drive, but how about finishing it off with a big play that only adds to the momentum that they've already established.
So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. Taken in at the 3. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Atlanta now coming out on the field. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Operating from the gun, Henderson. Again, he finds more. And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. This looks like a roughing call. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Patterson, he'll try it up the middle. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, Patterson. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. And we are set for a great finish as that timeout comes in with 2 seconds to go in this football game. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead. So how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the post as the clock hits zeros.
And it's good! And on opening weekend, a field goal expires, and the Falcons are going to win the game. Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in week one, and to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for Atlanta, it wasn't always pretty, but they do eke out the week one victory here by a field goal. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Los Angeles Rams. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Here we go on fourth. Stafford. And he's got it. That's Kupp for a Ram touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the Rams are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put it into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it works very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
So they elect to pass there on the 2-point try. Sometimes can prove risky. There it worked out.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky, because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this third quarter. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. Back now here on EA Sports. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the fourth quarter. And a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. Again, it's Harris on second down. And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27. The offense on third down tonight, they've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This will be 3rd and 5. Over the middle, complete. That's White. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on third down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now a toss play. It's Harris. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They run straight ahead here with White. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Allen. Steps away to his left. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
From here on, any score could be the winning one, and he is certainly aware of that. Look at the way he locked in on that marker and made a mad scramble to get to it for the first down.
Operating from the red zone now. Allen completes it to Davis. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
On second down, this is Harris. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Now on 3rd and 2. They're going to elect to throw with Allen. Throw right side, caught by Davis. And the Bills are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the 1st. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. Second down and goal. Allen, the quick slant caught. A touchdown saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal. Here's Allen to throw it. He will find Diggs in the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo. A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the Bills answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th.
There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the 4th quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive.
Off of play action. Here's Stafford. That'll be caught. It's Kupp. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Stafford.
He gets this into the hands of Kupp once again. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
As he gets the 1st down, let's take a look at what Cooper Kupp did last season, because it was one of the greatest years for a receiver in NFL history. 145 catches, 1,947 yards, both second most in a season all time. Truly an MVP caliber performance for the Super Bowl champs, and he capped it off in the Super Bowl himself as the MVP.
Meanwhile, Stafford's throw, it's complete into the hands of Higbee.
Complete to Tyler Higbee. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's going to go down to the wire. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. Stafford now to throw. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he's got a 1st down as a tackle made at the Bills' 21. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now Stafford. He's got Higbee complete right side. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Teron Johnson able to pick it. And the Bills have just about sewn up this football game.
Intercepted by the Bills.
I'll tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick 6? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated.
He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. So good field position for the Bills as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. On the draw, it's Harris. And he is going to lose yardage here. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll run again with Harris. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. Well, partner, the season officially underway. It was great to be back with you, obviously, but the first game of the year always a special one. And love, I know you do too, love having it on a Thursday night.
Yeah, I think it makes it special, right? It makes it so that everyone is just watching, all eyes on it on a special night like that. I think it's going to be a great season, partner. Can't wait for the next several months. We know there are going to be surprises all the way through the season. And before we know it, we'll be talking about opening up on a Thursday night again next season.
So for Buffalo...
It's week 1 of the National Football League,
where we'll see a brawl inside the AFC South.
It's the Colts and the Texans.
All that and more coming up next.
EA Sports coverage. This was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for the Colts, you can't ask for a better start as they pitch a shutout here in the opener. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Jacksonville to take on the Jaguars. Meanwhile for Houston, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel to Denver to take on the Broncos.
It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports.
And it's presented by EA Sports. It's the Eagles and the Lions, and it comes your way next.
First opened in 2002. There's a look. Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Ford Field. Taking it about the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. Well, just the last thing you want to see here in the first quarter of a new season. Hopefully nothing serious. We'll step aside for a moment. They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
So here's a first and 10 at the 38. Gone. And that'll be caught by St. Brown. On second down, Montgomery. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Well, we saw David Montgomery lead the nation a few years back in broken tackles when he was at Iowa State, and he's proven to be difficult to bring down in the NFL as well.
And with a guy his size, you have to know defensively that arm tackles aren't going to fly with him. You have to be able to wrap up, or else he can just brush tacklers aside like they're not even there.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a first and 10 down at the 33. Going up the gut, Montgomery.
And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. 49 yards rushing for him now. What a drive for him to kick off the new season.
So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Now a play fake, and it's gone.
And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball. He could not hang on. Second down coming up.
Play action. It's gone.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Goff now to throw. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 12-yard line. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. This is shaping up to be a really nice-looking drive to get the season underway here.
And how long do you think that they actually have been plotting this drive? I'm talking about the coaching staff, right? They've been thinking about this for a while now, and I think they're executing it even better than what they expected.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line.
They're looking at a 2nd and 8 now from the 10.
They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as the gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
First and goal, a good chance for our first touchdown of the new season. Montgomery is into the end zone. Touchdown, Lions. First quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Michael Badgley on for the extra point. And he's 1 for 1 on the new year as his kick is good. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it was David Montgomery's touchdown run that polished it all off. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Taken at the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Now, for the first time, we get to see this Philadelphia offense led out by their dual-threat quarterback now in his 3rd season, Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts got the green light as a starter from the Philly organization and took really good steps as the next in line of mobile quarterbacks in the city, following names like Michael Vick, Donovan McNabb, and Randall Cunningham. He led the team in all quarterbacks in the NFL in rushing, and he took Philadelphia to the postseason while throwing for over 3,000 yards.
On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Throwing is Hurts. This will be caught by Brown. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. Hurts sets up to throw it. Over the middle to Smith. And he is going to have an Eagles first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chain, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
On 2nd and 9, Hurts. Open man is Goddard, the tight end. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. Hurts. He's got Smith here. And eventually taken down, but how about that athletic spin move we saw? Gives him the first down yardage. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. Well, they clearly wanted to come out, Charles, and be aggressive throwing the football, and they've been pretty efficient along with that aggressiveness. He's now 4 of 4 on this opening drive.
Yeah, and that's led to a fresh set of downs. I like what he's doing back there. You can tell he's at ease. Feels good about what he's doing. And I think if I'm the play caller, I'm reading that, I'm continuing to let him throw the football.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They go play action with Hurts. Complete. Smith has it. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. Well, that's not just his first, not his second, already his 3rd completion here on the opening drive. And I think it's safe to say that getting him the ball in this game, one of their top priorities.
And a top priority for the defense has got to be finding ways to cover him. And I don't think you can have one basic coverage to get it done. You have to throw a number of coverages at him, make him think as he's running downfield, and hope you can create a little bit of havoc.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field in the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, You can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
And he'll get this to the 22. So they began the play at the 11, and it's a gain of 11. First down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty. First and goal. They'll run with Swift. And he is going to lose yardage here. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. Second and goal. Swift. And they showed a little athletic juke, but then the daylight quickly closed. Penny is into the end zone for an Eagle touchdown. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind-melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. And he starts his new year off on the right foot as well, as this kick is good. So that one a 13-play drive in total. And it's finished off by a Rashad Penny touchdown run. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Fields it right around the goal line. A lane opens here. He's past the 30, the 40, the 20. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Lions. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. Taking it about the 1. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. Perfect start to the season on their first drive last time out, able to find the end zone. Now we'll see if they can make it 2 for 2 here in week 1. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. And that's out to the flat for Swift. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. On second down, Swift. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. He'll get this to about the 38. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. From the gun, it's Hurts. Got a man, it's Brown. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Hurts connecting there with Brown for the Eagles first.
In a draft day stunner, A.J. Brown was shipped from Tennessee to Philadelphia. He'd appeared to be the long-awaited answer for Tennessee at receiver, and that can be that same long-awaited answer in Philadelphia. 2,000-yard seasons and 24 touchdowns in his first 3 years in the league. He gives Philly the type of wide receiver one the team hasn't had in almost a decade.
44 yards on the ground for him so far. Options galore here, 2nd and a few inches. Swift going to try up the middle. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Penny, the first down carry. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. Well, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They will run straight ahead with Swift. Good footwork at the 30. And a pretty good run as he'll get this down close to a first at the Lions' 29. They'll try and run here with Swift. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
I know the game's changed. A lot of people would say it's evolved. Look, I'm a little bit Neanderthal, okay? I love this. No exotic formations, no misdirection. Just line up and run the darn ball and pick up the first down. I love it.
Yeah, 3rd and short. That's what you're supposed to do. Like you said, old school, smash mouth football. They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts. Throw right side, caught by Goddard, the tight end. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. Throwing again on 2nd down. Hurts. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. The Eagles on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Here's Hurts to throw. He'll drop this one off to Swift. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. And now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. They run out of the gun with Swift. And he's brought down. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well right at them and right up the middle.
Here's Swift. And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown from a yard out. And Eagles are an extra point away from drawing level. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Elliott good with a PAT, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. Back onto the field come the Lions for their second overall drive. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season, and they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. To Montgomery to begin the drive. And he is going to lose yardage here. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now it's gone. Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Montgomery. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. Goff now looking to throw. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down. Amazing, perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
The Eagles offense going to take over late in this first half. Well, what's the plan of attack here? Very late 2nd quarter, and look where the ball is.
Yeah, bad spot for you. But the defense has all 3 timeouts. So what you're telling your team is ball security #1. It's not all on the running backs if you decide to run the football. That offensive line has got to protect up and wedge out some space because you can't just kneel. They take 3 timeouts. They're going to get the ball back in good field position with a chance to put points on the board. You've got to try and get a 1st down and run out this first half.
So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season.
All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd. Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this 3rd quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. The Eagles ready to go on offense to begin this 3rd quarter. This offense ready for the first drive of the 3rd quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense what we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. And he's got his man. It's the tight end Goddard. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a 1st down.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Swift. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Hurts. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Looking to throw. That's going to be caught along the sideline, and what a job of keeping his feet in bounds. They say that's a catch. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So the new weapon just picked up via the trade, making an impact here right away.
And what you like about getting guys who catch passes, you don't have to spend a lot of time in the playbook. You just tell them to dial up a route and get the ball in their hands.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. Now back to throw.
He'll find Swift out of the backfield.
And he'll be brought down at the 27.
They certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And he'll get this into the hands of Swift once again. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
On the slant, completes to Sutton. And the Eagles are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
On the handoff, this is Swift.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
One more time with Swift.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up, the loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal. Throwing is Hurts.
And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Alex Anzalone coming in to drop it for a loss of 8. And it also brings up 4th.
The football had to absorb the sack.
So Hurts is off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal.
This will be spotted at the 20, so it's a 30-yard attempt. The kick by Elliott is good, and they take a 17-14 lead. Well, they don't get a touchdown here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter, but I think maybe you still say mission accomplished as they come away with the lead.
No, absolutely. You keep the pressure on, right? You go downfield, get some points up on the board, and hope that you've motivated your defense to take the field and hold that lead.
And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback.
So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half.
And they find themselves down on the scoreboard following the field goal a moment ago.
And I think even though they trail in the game now, I would consider that a win for their defense, and that's probably what they're telling the offense when they get to the bench. Hey, the onus is on you guys now. Get back out there and get us the lead back.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Going up the gut, Montgomery. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. Goff now to throw. Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown, Detroit. A great play there. 70 yards. And the Lions have retaken a third-quarter lead. So on third and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Well, let's shine the spotlight on the former Georgia Bulldog, DeAndre Swift, who's set to begin this next drive.
He's toppled the century mark already, receiving the football, closing in on that on the ground, too. They've really had trouble handling him.
I think from what we've seen in this game, his success through the air has started to open things up for him on the ground because now he's loosened up the defense, right? They've got to play just about every snap as if another receiver can get downfield on them, and he's been that receiver. Now they're bringing him back to the backfield. I think his yardage running the ball will increase as this one goes on.
Well, they might need to devote some extra attention to him, something just to stop the momentum he has.
Here's a handoff to Swift.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
Dancing to his left. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
So it was already a gain on the completion, but tack on some more with that penalty.
Absolutely, and no matter what angle you're making a tackle from, you can't grab the face mask, and that's just putting your defense on its heels just a little bit more.
So the penalty yards marched off on the face mask. Here's 1st and 10. Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. There's Charles Harris getting home for the sack.
Former first-round defensive lineman Charles Harris certainly seemed to salvage a starting career in the NFL last year, leading Detroit with 7.5 sacks. Now it's crucial for him to prove that last year was not a fluke.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. They'll drop to throw. Over the middle to Smith.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
Holding offense.
So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it and brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Back now at Ford Field. It's the Eagles behind on the scoreboard, but with the football here as we start the 4th quarter. The kick by Elliott is good, and that'll bring him back within a point. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback.
Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. I guess the good news as they start this drive is that they still do have the lead, Charles. If their defense hadn't been able to hold them to a field goal on the other side, they'd be down. But now it's about preserving that very small lead.
It is preserving and maybe stretching it out a little bit. Because if you're a starter on that side of the ball, I certainly hope you didn't loosen up your shoulder pads or start to cut the tape off. Because if you did, you did it way too soon. They've got to go back out there with renewed vigor for lack of a better term, and also a good plan. They need points, and they need them now.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, fourth quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. Now a first down throw. Goff. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock. And this is second and less than a yard. Meanwhile, Goff's throw complete there to St. Brown. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Now Goff on first down. This is Montgomery with a grab over the middle. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Just week one, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Montgomery. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this week one contest. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Goff. Looking for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down. Goff. Looking right sideline, that's complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Gone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Lions get an important score there to extend their lead here this 4th quarter. So an important drive for them there. And they're not home, but momentum, Charles, definitely in their favor now.
And I like the point you just made. They're not home yet, but a 1-point game, and if you kick the extra point, make it an 8-point game. Only 1 score, but you're right. Momentum definitely in their favor right now.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. There's still plenty of time here in the 4th quarter. Just a 1-possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and 2-point conversion. A field goal here on this drive does very little at this stage. They'll start on the ground with Swift. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 115 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the season opener.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch victory.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Hurts. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Hurts. Eluding and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here, 3rd and long. They'll look to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Derek Barnes, he's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays, they're going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And they'll go to Montgomery to try to wind some clock. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Up the middle, it's Montgomery. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 3.
They'll try the middle with Montgomery. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. Here comes the Lions punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here.
Maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this one is incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. He's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record. But everyone's going to have to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between Week 1 and Week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for the Lions, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. Comes to town. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll get a home date next week against the Minnesota Vikings. And we'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. Well, out of the locker rooms here they come. Their first drive of the third quarter. And, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went in at the half and looked at their play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like. What do you say we use them to start the second half and get us going?
And he'll get only a couple up to the 22. Going to throw on third down with Herbert. Buying time to his left. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on third down, forcing the errant pass. Fourth down coming up.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. Gets past one man. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. Now, both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Michael Davis. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Charger TD. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick six. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just want to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did and came through with a big-time pick six.
Hopkins with the extra point, and we are tied at 14. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Las Vegas' offense back out there ready to go. Well, remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
That's good for 28 yards.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Garoppolo looks to throw. Back to Renfro again, complete. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Garoppolo to the sideline, and oh, that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the 1st down. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. From the 39-yard line, here comes 2nd down at 6. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. He finds his man, complete. That's Jacobs. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. From the 24, Garoppolo. He's got Renfrow on the out route. Touchdown! 3 touchdown passes down for Jimmy Garoppolo. And the Raiders have moved out in front.
Man, he just ran a terrific route. Extremely hard to defend when it's run that precisely and the ball's delivered that accurately.
Carlson on for the PAT. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it was Hunter Renfrow who capped things off with a touchdown reception. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 51 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Coming in, he really likes his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Herbert. Quick hitter here. It's complete. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he could break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. 2nd and 4. Here's Herbert. Uncorks one for Davis. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. From the gun, Herbert on 3rd down. It's complete to Williams. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. A Charger first there as Herbert finds Williams.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass trait in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. For
type of a situation.
Herbert throwing again. Finding Williams once more. Complete. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Big play that time by Mike Williams, and it picks up a 1st down, and he's coming off a career-best 76 catches and 1,146 yards last season, and was rewarded with a nice extension for his efforts. Definitely hoping to continue his improvement in his 6th season as a Chargers' big play threat.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI.
Defense.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Back to throw here, Herbert. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. Herbert back to the air. He'll get this over the middle here to Palmer. And they'll work this down inside the 30. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Now it's Herbert. That's again complete to Palmer. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defense side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. Well, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout. And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down. Herbert now. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Herbert jogs off, and out comes Dustin Hopkins to take this kick for L.A. on 4th down. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. Hopkins' kick is good, and that'll bring him back within 4. Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Here comes Jimmy Garoppolo now to lead his offense back out there. 5 for 5 that last drive. Touchdown pass as well. He was clicking. Receivers, I don't want to be cliche, but running really solid routes too.
And what I love about it is when you look across any team, all right, the body types of the receivers are usually different. The way that they get open, different as well. Some of them use power to get open. Some of them use those head fakes and subtle moves. Some of them just use pure speed. And the really good ones, when they're established, they know how to push off at the end of the route, too.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. On play action, now Garoppolo. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
And the LA offense ready for this next possession. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. Now Herbert, and Davis has it over the middle. And they'll get him down up past the 15. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. So the new weapon just picked up via the train, making an impact here right away.
And what you like about getting guys who catch passes, you don't have to spend a lot of time in the playbook. You just tell them to dial up a route and get the ball in their hands.
Some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
A 6-yard 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Here's a give up the middle. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Here's Herbert. And that is caught. It's Davis. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. It's complete. He dials up Davis once more. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
I can't help but chuckle a little bit because at this point, it can't be a surprise to anyone in the building who's going to get the ball. They just keep feeding him over and over, and he just keeps on delivering.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 42-yard line. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 70 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times. Well, that is a running back who was not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him.
Yeah, that's a run born out of ferociousness. He took on that initial contact and in his mind just screamed, "Out of my way!" and kept right on going and wound up turning it into a big play.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9. And they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. Now Herbert with it looking to pass. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. So on comes the kicker, Dustin Hopkins, in a big spot. Made his first, this now from 42 yards out. Hopkins' kick is good, and that'll bring him back within a point. So the 3 points there, CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Here comes Hunter Renfrow, ready for the next drive with the rest of his offensive mates. They might want to mix something up defensively because he's been shredding them a bit, hasn't he?
That he has, and even with all the changes that you know are going on the defensive side of the ball, he's still finding ways to get open, finding the right spots, and the delivery's been pretty good, too.
As over 100 yards, has the 1 touchdown score to this point. The open man here, Renfrow. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. There's Garoppolo to throw. Open man is Jacoby Myers. He's got it. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Here's a handoff to Jacobs running left. Taken down at the 47-yard line. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and about 4 more for the 1st. To throw, it's Garoppolo. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down as that was not an easy one to hold on to. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. He's got the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right, and this is going to remain a 1-point game. Now the chance to give themselves there some important wiggle room, but what a ride.
Yeah, let's do the simple math here. And you know, for me, it has to be simple. Instead of this thing kind of giving them that wiggle room you talked about, now we're talking about possibly losing a ball game because they left the door open.
Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 49. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Open man is Palmer. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
On 1st down, it's Herbert. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Palmer. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Back to throw. Herbert. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. And they'll get him down right about the 20. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Herbert. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And the Chargers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Herbert going to throw. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. And they'll run on the inside handoff. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll run here on 3rd and goal. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Hopkins' kick is good. And with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon.
Down by 2, a minute 11 to go. This is only week 1 of the season, folks. Get strapped in as they come up here 1st and 10. Back to throw, Garoppolo. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Now Garoppolo. Connecting with Renfro. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. To throw is Garoppolo. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. 1st down, and he gets out of bounds.
Yeah, you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
Garoppolo to throw. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
It didn't check off every box, but the most important one. Got the clock stopped, getting out of bounds. They may be a little short of the 1st down, but I thought that was the key.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6. He's back to throw. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there. Picked up the first down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as the understanding where they are on the field?
Running straight ahead is Jacobs.
Big Sebastian Joseph Day there on the stop.
Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. On 4th down, here's Daniel Carlson for the Raider field goal. This to almost certainly win the football game. And his kick is right there. It's good, and it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. And you know, in an era of cost-cutting and maximizing your roster, this is a club that does not skimp on special teams, and in these situations, it pays dividends.
And that's great vision by the organization. When the difference between winning or losing depends on who you have kicking the ball, would you rather have a street free agent out there or a solid pro like this? Answer's pretty evident to me.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But also have to remember, they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for Las Vegas, they can breathe a sigh of relief as they're able to eke out the 1-point victory here in the opener. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And a short gain down to about the 33. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. To throw is Jackson. And Thomas has it. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 18. A solid gain of 15 yards and the sticks move.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10.
Jackson going to look to run with it.
And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, he's had success running the football in this one. Yeah, that's undeniable, but that time the defense was on to it.
And partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different formations and looks.
On 2nd down, it's Edwards. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave him with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down. Now it's Jackson.
That's complete to his running back, J.K. Dobbins.
And in for the Ravens touchdown.
J.K. Dobbins with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Ravens will add to their 4th quarter lead. But that's certainly an important touchdown there and makes this a 2-score game.
But as we've seen, no lead is safe in this one with the way these two offenses have lit up the scoreboard. I would imagine that on their sidelines, they're both yelling at their defenses, hey, you want to get involved here? One big play from you, that could win the game for us.
Tucker with the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive, and it's capped off by the Baltimore score. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line.
And the Jets set to take the field.
Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. Now Hall to start the drive. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Rodgers going to throw. Open man here is Conklin. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
The Jets on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback.
And he is going to have a Jets 1st down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive.
On play made by Hardman. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there at 22. You cannot write these guys off just yet. Not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall.
They find some open field here.
And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. 61 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
He's making quite a splash here in his NFL debut.
He was advertised as being NFL ready, and both you and I tend to arch an eyebrow a little bit when we first hear that, but I think that they were right about this one.
Rodgers now on first down. Taking in left side, it's Wilson. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
Hall on a give up the middle. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. From the 5, 2nd and 4. Here's Rodgers. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Illegal touching. Offense.
So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
To throw, it's Rodgers. Touchdown, Jets. Corey Davis, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Jets have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long, because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense, because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Extra point right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. And with that last touchdown, I mean, we're set up for a good finish here. Some things to consider, Charles. Obviously, it's a very close game. You're in the 4th quarter. Defensively, they've got all 3 timeouts in their back pocket.
So the chess match really ramps up, doesn't it? Because in these situations, what do? Do you run the ball and kill the clock here? Or you try and bury them with another score? And how about defensively? Do you use your timeouts at the earliest opportunity? Or wait till you hit the 2-minute warning? So there's a lot going into this one. Let's see how each side goes about their strategy.
9 yards, and that leaves them just short. So it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up.
Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on here to punt it away. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
You hate to give the ball away here in the 4th quarter while you just hold a slim lead. But that punt, absolutely ideal. They pin them inside the 5-yard line. They give their defense a really nice opportunity.
So Aaron Rodgers and his offense down 31-28. A minute 45 to play. Back to throw. Rodgers. Finding Hardman. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. To throw is Rodgers.
That's caught by Wilson.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left.
Meanwhile, Rodgers throw into the hands here of Hardman.
1st down now, but the clock continues to move. Rodgers to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Now Rodgers.
This pass out wide to Hall.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Hall.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
They'll look to throw.
There's Hall bringing in another one. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to potentially send us to overtime. And this one is right down Broadway. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
Taking it about the 1. On the return, Devin Duvernay.
So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dial. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick 6 or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
This one fielded at the 5. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field.
Well, they fought hard to reach this point, Charles, and now what an opportunity. They've got the ball first, a chance to take this overtime win away from the hostile crowd.
And you know, as the quarterback steps into the huddle, the first thing he's telling his team is, remember, we need 6, not 3. So we don't need a good drive. We need a great drive. And this is what they've been planning for. It's time to execute and take it downfield, even against all these odds.
So they come out throwing in the extra session and get a nice hookup right away.
Tells you a lot about what a coach feels about his team, doesn't it? That type of a play in overtime. So many people in this situation play not to lose instead of playing to win. That throw there tells you exactly what they're trying to get done.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive.
Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They'll go again with Dobbins.
And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 8 situation. A tough spot here in overtime on the opening drive. From the gun, Jackson. Flushed out right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. The Ravens send their punter out now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The New York set to take the field.
Now their defense did the job, got off the field without giving up any points, and now, Charles, all they need here is a field goal, and they get the victory.
Yeah, and this is the way I love overtime. I'm one of those really, really old school guys that like sudden death right from the beginning. Well, we've got it now because any points wins the game. On defense, get a safety, a pick 6, fumble return, you can win it as well. So I'm really looking forward to this series and see how both sides play it.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On 1st down, right back to Hall. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. On 2nd down, a run with Hall. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. They'll run with Hall. And he will have the 1st down as he's brought down near midfield. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. As a fan of the NFL, for an opener, you can't ask for much more than this overtime in Week 1.
I know it's hard to believe that some people may not have been watching our game, but I'll bet through social media they found out this one was snug and getting into overtime, and they flipped over here in a hurry. This is fantastic. If you're a fan of ball, you love these types of games.
2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. 2 1st downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Handoff, running left. Here's Hall. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. On the draw, it's Hall. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. And he goes down. The Ravens.
While he was adjusting to the NFL game, Odafe Oweh had 5 sacks as a rookie, and he's only scraped the surface of what he can do.
Here's the Jets punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. Now Jackson. Connecting with Andrews. And Andrews lost the football. He's got room past the 30. And some room to work. He's at the 30. 10. And he brings it back to the house. It's a touchdown. And in a crazy inning, a defensive score wins it. As the fans exit back out through the turnstiles, not happy looks on their faces. Feel like they probably let this one slip away at home in overtime.
I would agree with that, and their unhappiness hurts the guys at the concession stands on the way out, right? Not stopping to buy something for the kids. They just want to get home. But what a dramatic way to finish this bad boy off. I mean, this game was dramatic all the way through. That's why we got to overtime. And then to go ahead and finish it this way, the fans screaming out unhappy. But the team that came in here and won this one on the road, they sprinted to their locker room.
And speaking of buying things, dinner on you tonight, Davis.
I kind of figured that was coming.
So for the Ravens, it was a game that could have gone either way, but they get the touchdown in overtime to secure the Week 1 victory. And they'll return home next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns.